I'm pregnant. Hey guys, so today is Saturday, May 31st. It's the last day of May, and today is going to be my 39-week update, and that's also going to be my last pregnancy update for baby number 2. And I guess first of all, I want to start by, for the people who have followed me from like the very beginning, from being in college to becoming a pregnant teenager to being a teen mom to where I am today, I just want to thank you all for all the support that you all have given me over the past almost 2 years, and I'm just so happy to be where I am today. I feel like that a lot has changed in 2 years. I have changed, Sam has changed, my whole life has been changed, and these huge changes that have been made have been put out there. I took that big step in vlogging about college right before I was getting ready to move off, and then I vlogged throughout my teen pregnancy and my experience as a teen mom, and now just as a young mom, as a wife, a stay-at-home mother, and then Sam, as being a teen parent, and just our relationship, like everything has been, it's nothing like I thought life would be. If someone would have told me back in my senior year of high school, when I met Sam back in high school, if someone would have told me that the man I was going to marry and have children with was sitting right in front of me, I never would have believed it. So for those of you who have been with me since the beginning, I really appreciate all your support, and you guys mean a lot to me, obviously, or I wouldn't still be doing this 2 years later when I'm obviously not a success at this, and I will be honest, I make no money at this, you guys. I do this because I love doing this. So with that being said, like I said, it's the last vlog for this pregnancy, and it's really a bittersweet one. Today is Saturday, as I said. I'm having the C-section Monday, which is June 2nd, so I basically have like the rest of this evening and then tomorrow, and that's it for this pregnancy. This is like my last weekend being pregnant. This is major. So we'll go through the update, and then there'll be a little bit extra at the end. Okay, so for the 39 week, I did have a doctor's appointment, and it was on Thursday, and it was my regular OB checkup, and it was also my pre-op visit. So we'll start with pre-op. Basically, Dr. Peters went over everything that I already knew, all the risks, all the benefits, yada yada. It was signing papers, giving consent, for them to do this, for them to do that. If things went bad, I did consent for a blood transfusion, blah, 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 all that regular stuff. We talked about pain relieving methods. I'm going to have a spinal block, just like I had last time. And after the surgery, and once my spinal wears off, I'm going to be on a morphine drip. I had a few other options, but I decided to go with what I had last time, even though I expect to be in a lot of pain once the spinal wears off, and I know that you are in an immense amount of pain for the first 24 hours. So I didn't really think that there was any point in trying something else and having different or new side effects to deal with. I just wanted to go with something I was comfortable with, so I'm just going with a morphine drip, which will be administered through an IV in my arm, just like last time. We talked about a timeline, generally kind of how it will work with the C-section, how it will progress, where we'll be. Usually he said by lunchtime, if there's no complications and no problems, that you are back in your room by lunch with your baby, and people can come and see you. So that's good. Hopefully by lunch everything will be done, and we'll be visiting with our family, and everyone will be coming to see our new baby. Other than that, he listened to the baby's heartbeat. It's about 140, so it was good. My belly was measuring a little bit small. My weight was up. I have finally hit over 200 pounds, so that was kind of a sad moment to step on the scale and see it go up that far. I worked so hard to lose all the weight that I did after I had Abrielle, and I have gained it all back. I am not as heavy though as I was with her, and I did not gain as much weight, so that is good. Still, urine looks good, no protein. Blood pressure was, when they took it at the OB's office, it was good. When they took it at the hospital, it was a little bit high, but there was good reasons behind why it had spiked. So, otherwise, he said everything looked fine. He did look at my incision, and he told me that it had healed remarkably well, and that he was really pleased with that, and he doesn't think it'll pose any problems whatsoever. He thinks it's going to be a pretty clean surgery, pretty easy. He said pretty much textbook. So let's hope so. Other than that, once it was done, he had to send me over to the hospital for some pre-screening work. Basically, it was they took a urine sample, they drew blood, they're gonna like recheck for just, you know, all the routine stuff that they check for. Anemia, what else did the nurse tell me? Hepatitis, HIV, just anything like that, any STDs, blah, blah, blah. Never had a problem. All my blood work always comes back clean, so no issues. They took a list of any medications that I've been on recently, which basically all that included was a prescription allergy medication that I take. It's what is it? What is that stuff called? It just left my mind. It's, oh my gosh, it's a huge one. You guys, it has commercials and everything. Singular, thank you. Oh, there, okay. Singular, and Tylenol, and then the prenatal. So not really a whole lot, you know, but they want to know what, you know, what they're dealing with. So it was that. They took my blood pressure there, and it was a little elevated because we had to go back and forth, back and forth. I had already pre-registered for admission to the hospital, but I was pre-registered under my maiden name for different reasons. The number one reason is that the name that is on all my legal documents now, like my social security card, my driver's license, anything else, everything says my married name. My insurance card still says my maiden name, and I have been trying now since March to get them to change that. I've sent them copies of our marriage certificate, copies of my driver's license, and social security card twice, and both times they say they have not got them, but I faxed them, so I have receipts saying that they did. So it's been this huge battle going back and forth with insurance about getting my last name changed, and the hospital said legally they have to admit me under my correct current legal name. They cannot admit me under my maiden name, which is originally what they said they would do. And the doctor's office said they wouldn't change anything until my insurance card got changed, so there would be no issues with billing. And then come to find out, whoever told me that told me totally wrong. They cannot do that. So we had to go like back and forth between the hospital and the doctor's office. And we walked, and don't like think that it's this huge distance. It's not. It's in the same. It's the doctor's office is in a physician's closet that actually connects into the hospital. If you have that kind of access, if you got, you know, one of the cars like their doctors and nurses, you can go in between them. Otherwise, you have to walk outside and around and a bunch of stairs and da 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 da. So by the time I got done dealing with all that and got back there, and they took my blood pressure, it was a little bit high, but just a little bit irritation, definitely some physical exercise, so they weren't too worried about it. Otherwise, everything has went smoothly. For this week, symptom-wise, I've been feeling, I had felt better, like more, or not as out of breath, and that's kind of come back. I feel a lot of pressure like up top of my belly and in my rib cage. My boobs just ache really bad. My back hurts. Oh my gosh, the tailbone pain is horrible. It's been consistent. I had like maybe 1 or 2 days where it went away for the day, and that was it. And now it's back, and it's absolutely awful. So if you're wondering why I'm like leaning forward, it's because my tailbone hurts, and that kind of makes it feel a teeny bit better. Other than that, the heartburn has went away. I'm tired. I'm sluggish. I don't have a lot of energy. And I'm just so ready, you guys. The bags are packed to go. Everything is, set and ready. We're just basically waiting. That's all we're doing right now is waiting. I feel pretty good. Like, when I look back and I compare this pregnancy to my first pregnancy, I feel significantly better. At this point with my last pregnancy, I really felt horrible, and I was really sick, and I knew that something was really wrong with me, and I said it and said it and said it for weeks, and nobody listened. And this time around, I feel pretty much, I feel what you would expect, the normal complaints for pregnancy, pretty much right up until you're due, but I feel fantastic, I guess you would say. I feel way more normal and way healthier, so it's been great. So moving on, like I said, bags are packed, so I will be doing a hospital bag. Don't get too excited because there's not that much in it, because I learned a major lesson last time in having Abrielle and going to the hospital, and what you really need and what you honestly do not need, and it's just better to leave the majority of everything at home. Other than that, we are still working on the name thing. The birth certificate worksheet, or whatever they call it, is in the hospital bag packed, and me and Sam have left the name on it blank. We think we have decided on a first name, and I'm kind of trying to sway him about the middle name still. I have this name that I'm really stuck on and that I really, really like, and Sam is just not sold on it. And most of my family is not sold. Actually, when I talked to my aunt today, and she was just like, "Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that." It's not that bad, you guys. It's really not. And it's actually a family name for me, so that's another reason that it has such significance to me. But everybody else is just kind of not so pleased with it, so I don't know what's gonna happen. Basically, and let me go ahead and talk to you guys about this too. What is going to happen now that we are done with these pregnancy vlogs is I will do updates on the baby. Abrielle no longer has baby updates, but she will have toddler updates whenever she has well-child checkups. So she will have one of those coming up in July. I will be doing postpartum updates periodically. I won't be doing them all the way through the first year, probably. I didn't do that with Abrielle. I just kind of don't see the point in it. There'll be a delivery story, regular stuff coming up to expect. And eventually, I promise you guys, we will do a name reveal of some sorts. We will. I promise you. You will know eventually what this baby's name is. I still don't even know for sure. It's kind of weird. I guess it's very unusual that we have not yet picked a name. But I just, me and Sam both agree we want this to be, like, perfect. So that's part of the reason why. So that's pretty much it. And with that being said, so that is pretty much it for this last update, you guys. Wow, I cannot believe this pregnancy has literally flew by. It went by so friggin' fast. And the next time that I see you guys, I will have a baby. So I will show you guys my belly for this week. And guys, here we go from the front. And the side. And the other side.